Okay class, so today we will start our next new topic, that is transpiration. So this transpiration process happens in the leaves of a plant. So during this process, water comes out of leaves in the form of vapor, and this process is known as transpiration. This water vapor comes out from the leaves due to the heat that is generated by the sunlight which falls on these leaves. Okay class, now let's move to our next topic, that is photosynthesis. So this is a process that occurs only in green plants and in some green cyanobacteria. Okay. So in this process of photosynthesis, leaves prepare their own food in the presence of sunlight and a green colored substance present in it, which is the chlorophyll. For this, they use water and carbon dioxide from air. So this process is called photosynthesis. Oxygen is given out in this process. The food prepared by the leaves here ultimately gets stored in different parts of the plant. Okay class, now we will discuss our next topic, that is roots. So as we all know that root is that part of the plant which we find under the soil. Okay, and these roots mainly help in holding the plant firmly in the soil. These are said to anchor the plant to the soil. That means they help the plant to stand straight in the soil. So class, as we all know that roots are of two types. The first one is known as the tap root and the second one is known as the fibrous root. So class, as you can see in the figure 7.17, the first figure shows the tap root and the second shows the fibrous root. So in the tap root there will be one main root, and from that main root other lateral root which are known as lateral root. The smaller roots that will arise from the main roots is constituting the whole taproot system. Now the second one is the fibrous root. Here they do not have any main root. All the roots seem similar and these are called fibrous roots. So class, we have learned that roots absorb water and minerals from the soil and the stem conduct these to leaf and other parts of the plant. The leaves prepare the food. This food travels through the stem and is stored in different parts of a plant. We eat some of these as roots like carrot, radish, sweet potato, turnip, and tapioca. We also eat many other parts of the plant where the food is stored. Now class, we will move to our next topic, that is petals and sepals. So class, petals are the most prominent part of the flower. They are of different color. As you can see in the diagram, they can be pink, they can be orange, they can be white. These are the most colorful part of the flower. Next is sepals. These are small leaf-like structures of green color present below the petal. So they look like small leaf-like structures and they are known as sepals. Now class, our next topic is flower. Now flower is basically divided into two parts. The first one is the male reproductive part, that is stamen, and the second part is known as the female reproductive part, that is pistil. So class, as you can see in the picture, first we will discuss about stamen. So it is the male fertilizing organ of a flower, typically consisting of a pollen containing anther and a filament. So basically class, a stamen consists of only two parts. One is anther, one is filament. Anther is the shorter part, filament is the longer part. The male pollen grains are produced in the anther, and when the pollen grains are matured, these anther burst and pollen grains are released in air. So here we will now discuss about pistil. So as we all know that it is the female reproductive part of the plant consisting of three major parts, that is stigma, style and ovary. The innermost part of a flower is called the pistil. So as you can see in the figure 7.24, at the very first on the top, the part is known as stigma, followed by a slender thin structure known as style, and then that is followed by a bit swollen part which is known as ovary, and inside this ovary all the ovules are present. These ovules are then fertilized by the male pollen grains to produce fruits. That's all for today's class. I hope that all of you have understood it well. Thank you, class.